I think this is an interesting one. From CNN, the hottest trend in executive leadership: bring back the white guy. Thus my title: The Truth Shall Set You Free. Turns out, everybody, I know this is going to come to as a shock to you. LGHD TV and/or DEI and/or all these activist CEOs that got installed into these companies. It turns out they suck, and they really want the toxic white man back to fix the companies. From CNN, let me shrink this back a little bit. From CNN, the hottest trend in executive leadership: bring back the white guy. This from CNN, a leftist rag that hates men. Listen up, corporate boards. If you're looking for the biggest trend in leadership this fall, look no further. Corporate America's hottest CEO pick is the classic model, the middle-aged white guy. 2024 has been the year of the CEO turnover, with some 1,450 having announced their departures so far, up 15% from the same period last year, and the highest year-to-date total on record, according to research from executive coaching and outplacement firm Challenger, Gray, and Christmas. Companies are increasingly opting to fill in those vacant top jobs with a man, the data show. Now, let's pause here for a second, right? They say companies are increasingly opting to fill in these vacant top jobs with a man. They don't say a white man. Let's be clear about that. Now, I looked into this study. Here it is: Chief Executive Officer, Demographics and Statistics. There are over 42,356 chief executive officers currently employed in the United States. 31.5 are women, 68.5 men. Average age, 51. Now listen, this is interesting. 76% are white, 7.9% are Latino. Asians are 7.8, and unknown are 3.9. To my brothers out there, start getting in CEO positions, especially if you're a based black dude. Go for those positions, man. We want you in positions of power too, as long as you're a dude. Just saying. But Latinos are 8%, Asian 8%, and my brothers are not even making the list, with unknown at 3.9. Maybe that's the unknown. 12% of all the chief executive officers are LGHD TV community. They're failing. They're getting rid of them. So they're saying, okay, we got to go back to the classics. Let's get some men in here. In August, the rate of new CEOs who were women fell just 0.7%, but compared to the same time period last year. And of course, the ranks of women and people of color have always been thin. Just 52 businesses of the 2024 Fortune 500 were run by women, holding flat for the year before. Obviously, white guy CEO never went out of fashion. Women have rarely represented more than 10% of Fortune 500 companies because they suck. People of color also widely underrepresented in the C-suite, with just 8 black CEOs. Okay, but they're also like only, 15%, 20% of the population here? The rash of recent leadership shakeups illustrates the enduring power of the white guy as a kind of capsule wardrobe for corporate leadership. Now, they say CVS Health, America's largest drugstore chain, on Friday gave Karen Lynch the boot. Why did they give her a boot? From 2024. CVS is closing hundreds of stores by 2024. Drugstore chain is in the process of shuttering roughly 300 locations. They're struggling. Female CEO. You know, women love to point out when men fail. Well, we're going to point out when they fail. Starbucks over the summer abruptly ousted Indian-American Laxman Narasimhan. Now, that is a male. That is a dude. He is a minority. How Starbucks devalued its own brand. Starbucks is in trouble again in its latest quarterly earnings report. It's announced disappointing results, including a 4% drop in same-store sales. So they're struggling. Now, he's a man, granted. Part of that succession involved Melody Hobson, the first black woman ever to chair an S&P 500, ceding her director seat to Brian Nichol. So basically it went to woman that took it into the dirt. Brian Nichol couldn't really fix it, and they got tired of him, and they outed him. And then they tried Laxman, and he ran it in, or wasn't able to fix it, and then they outed him. The past spring, Under Armour replaced Stephanie Linnartz just after a year to make way for the return of Kevin Plank. Under Armour was a real threat to Nike. Now it's fighting to even stay relevant. It was once hyped as a worthy rival to Nike, but at present, Under Armour, founded by a 23-year-old a former college athlete, it's struggling to just stay afloat, basically. That's what you get for letting those ladies get in there. They say to be clear, what a board decides to do with its chief executive officer is the board's business. You might say that, but that's not necessarily true. Because in California, I believe is now, it's either going to go into effect or is now in effect, where the board must hold a certain number of seats open for females and minorities. When you hold the door open to people based on the color of their skin or their gender, you're automatically not selecting them for the best criteria, which is their skill. You're admitting, well, she doesn't fit the skill, or this minority doesn't fit the skill profile we want, or we just hire them based on merit. But we have to have somebody in here. So, hey, janitor, we're not going to give you a pay raise, but here's 4 suits. Come in, sit down, or hey, lady serving my coffee. Like, just wear this suit, come in, sit there, shut up, be quiet. We'll give you an extra $10 an hour, and congratulations, you're officially on the board. That's what you kind of get when you force this stuff. They say but DEI initiatives have been shown to boost profits, reduce employee attrition, and increase employee motivation, as my colleague Nathaniel Mayerson has reported. But this is CNN. This is CNN, and I know CNN is propaganda. So what did I look up about those studies that show how DEI programs boost corporate earnings? It's safe to say that diversity, equity, and inclusion is one of the more controversial ideas of our time. But they say from 2015 to 2023, McKinsey & Company, a multinational strategy and management consulting firm, released 4 separate studies showing that DEI initiatives boost corporate earnings. Unfortunately for the DEI advocates, the research appears to be bullshit. Well, that's not turning out great for you either. They say, in other words, giant U.S. institutions have created a permission structure for businesses to revert to a muscle memory. There may have been a moment, circa 2020 to 2022, when replacing a person of color or woman with a white guy may have sparked a public relations debacle. Clearly, major companies don't seem to be sweating the optics anymore. And why is that? Oh, wait. I got a better song for that. Wait, is it this one?
Here comes the money.
Here we go. Money talk.
Here comes the money.
That's what it's about. At a certain point, you have to say, are we going to give in to the leftist reach? Or are we going to, make money, make our shareholders happy, bring in the money, keep our jobs, and make this company profitable? It seems DEI is slowly on its way out, whether they want it to go or not. Companies are just waking up. It's hurting them. They're being punished when it's discovered. When it's a brand that's being sold, like to we citizens, we're pushing back against it. And even their own profits and numbers are showing it's not working. I would like to say cheers to you, my fellow men, my fellow white men, because it's now okay to hire a white man, I guess, for certain positions, I guess. But more than that, welcome back, gentlemen.